Hello guys, welcome to the next episode of our Symbol 3D tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to create an alignment in Symbol 3D. Now alignments in Symbol 3D are fundamental, intelligent 2D and 3D objects that define horizontal centerline, paths or linear geometry for design projects such as roads, railways, and utilities. Its foundation is critical because it establishes the baseline from which all other design elements, such as profiles, corridors, and cross sections are being derived. Now take note guys, we cannot create our profiles and cross sections unless we did not create first our alignments. How to create an alignment? To create an alignment, simply go to the home menu and to the alignment tab. Click the alignment tab and we have some options here how to create our alignments. First, we have alignment selection tools, create best fit alignment, create alignment from objects, create alignment from procedure, create alignments from network parts, so on and so forth. Now, if we are going to choose alignment selection tools here, so we have here a create alignment dialog box. Now we have first name, so we are going to create our name, center line for example, center line alignment. And then for the type, you can choose any type here. So because it is interline, so we choose interline. For the description, you can create a description here. Let us see first option. If you have two or more options, so you can simply write here. For starting station, simply we start from zero. If it is continuing and you've done your first project, so at the end of your first project, since it is continuing, you can put a decision here. For site, you can leave it none. For alignment style, select propose. And for alignment level style, you can choose either no level or all levels, major and minor only. So for now, we choose all levels. For design criteria, we have here starting design speed, say for example, 60 km per hour. We have here use criteria based design. So you can choose 8% for the maximum silver elevation or whatever you like based on your design standard. For use design 6 here, leave it basic. Now after that, click OK. So we have here alignment layout tools, center line alignment. So click this hardware on the upper right left side and choose tangent with curves. Now we are ready to create alignments. For example, we start here from right, going to left. After that, hit enter. So we have a center line alignment. So the reducer is based on our design parameters and properties in 3D. Now the second option here is create best fit alignment. If we're going to click create best fit alignment, so we have create best fit alignment. We can create this one if we created our path. Say for example, if we create our line here, like this one, for example. Now go to the alignment and create best fit alignment. So here we have best fit alignment dialog box. For input type, we can choose here um, and AutoCAD blocks or picture lines. Say for example, we can choose picture lines here. So we're going to transfer this or create this first into a picture line. So go to the picture line and create picture line from object choose. Click the polyline and hit enter. Click OK, so we created our polyline. Again, create picture line from object, click the line and hit enter. Okay, we created our picture lines. So now we go back to the alignment, create this straight alignment and choose picture lines. So if you have an AutoCAD blocks and confidence about it, you can choose AutoCAD blocks. AutoCAD points, local points. For now, we choose picture lines. So for part one, we click this box here and click 0% for this part one, click it and hit enter. And for part two, here, click the part two, you want to hit enter. You know, reduces 1000 for example. Depends on your design standards. So for now, let's choose 50. And for site, click one, and propose corridors, roads. Let us choose to be parabola for this tutorial. And after that, click OK. Now we created our simple element. So for the third one, create element of object. So for example, we have our polyline, which is usually the elements, the basic procedure in creating elements. Now go to the alignments and choose the alignment from object and we can choose the polar lines. And choosing hit enter. So we have an arrow here, means your direction is from right to left. That's great, so hit enter. Now we have a grid alignments from object. So this is our center line alignment. Name it as center line. And for starting station, 0, 0. For side, none. Propose for align style, this is our propose. And for alignment levels, choose all levels. And for default ranges, 50. This is depends on the design standards. And click design criteria for the starting design speed. So for example, 60 km per hour. For criteria based design, for our revision, choose maximum 8%. And use the design 60 basic. And after that, click OK. Now we created our alignment, center line alignment. So the overall speed here is 60 from start to the end. Now for alignment, creation is create alignment from corridor. So this is to be done if we have our corridor. Next, create alignment from network parts. This is for pipe alignments. If we have our pipe networks, also the next one, and create alignment from existing alignment. So if we have our alignment, for example, existing alignment, we can create also another alignment. And then create offset alignment. For example, this one, if we click this alignment, create offset, and this is our offset yellow box. So from left, we offset 3 meters and right 3 meters also. So leave it no ladder for now, or we choose all ladders. And start offset after that click OK. So we have our offset alignment. Now next is create connected alignment. So for example, this kind of alignment is applicable for flared intersection. So for example, we have a connected intersection here. And then we're going to create a flared alignment here. And then we're going to offset this first. And this one also. Now we have our intersection. To use this kind of alignment, for example, click this one and choose our first alignment here. This is our first alignment, for example, and select second alignment here. So we're going to pick here. And if you accept it, hit enter. So we have our connected alignment here. So if this is okay, the parameters are okay, click OK. Now choose return and edit parameters here. For the degree of curvature here, we have checked that is 180 degrees. So for the offset, since we have an offset here of 3 meters, so we're going to change this to 3 meters. And then for connected overlap, 25 meters. Here, if this is okay, click OK. Now choose the and auto connected alignment. Now we created our blade here, alignment here. Now for the last one, we have create widening. If we click this one, we're going to choose this create widening here. Now we're going to select our alignment here. So choose yes. We're going to select a start of station somewhere here, for example, and up to here, and then we're going to enter our offset. So for example, 1.5 meters offset, enter, and specify side. For now, right side. Now we created our alignment here. This is our widening. So we've done for the our alignment description course here. Now let's go to the basic design parameters. As I said a while ago, we use the 60 kilometers per hour design speed for all of this road length here from the start to the end. We use 60 kph. So for now, if I'm going to use this, I'm going here. For our it is critical if we use 60 kilometers per hour speed. So for example, we use 40 kilometers per hour in our code. So we're going to change our design parameters. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 curves. So to do that, click the alignment and go to alignment properties here. Now we have our alignment properties, the yellow box. For now, go to the design criteria. As we see here, design speed from the start, we have 60 kbps. So now I created my parameters here in Excel. So for now, for the startup station we use 60 and at the EP station we use 40, at the 400 we use also 40 here. Now to change that, click the alignment and go to the alignment properties here. On your default, we have no data here, so just click the here we have alignment properties in the one, the yellow box. This is the default, and go to the design criteria and click this symbol here, add design speed. So for the startup station, we use 60 bits, and for the next one, 80, station 80. For the next one, 80, how much station is, see this one for 70, for 30, to 50, station 200, and 80. For the example, station 80 we use 40 bits per hour, and station 100, example, use 50, and 60, here then again, 50, example, this is our design speed. Example B, this one is 50, 60, and this one is 50, this one is 40. Now we have our different design speed here. So after that, since we already input our criteria, design criteria from the start of our alignment, we apply them. Okay, now we created our different design speed. To check that, click the alignment and right click, choose alignment properties here. Alignment geometry. For the table, I pick this one and then click this one here. Drag this down. So now we have our design speed, different design speed. If we did our criteria, we can edit here. See, for example, in the curvature one, we change our, say for example, for example, change this to 30. For radius one here, it's already change to 60. See, it's automatically change to 60. The number curve in our first curvature. Example, this curvature change to 30, for example. Here, it's automatically change the radius of our curvature, but our design speed still remain. Yeah, 40, 50, 60 here. So that's it. Thank you so much and see you in my next video. Bye bye.